Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are here for episode number 24. My name is Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined by my co-host and Australian PGA professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, how you doing?
Great, and you?
Very good, mate. We are proudly supported by Halfcaf Golf as always. Be sure to check them out. Mate, how's things?
Rough. The last 4 days have been weird.
Yeah, you've had a bit of a stinker.
I've just had car troubles, and it's just, and I rely so much on travel because of how far I have to go to work, and you know, I play golf for my job. So without having some form of consistent travel and transport, I feel a bit stuck and naked. So I got
to figure some shit out.
I just got some things to tidy up. So the golf's a bit put on the back burner, but fuck, I'm really trying my best to get out there. So it's been a bit.
Yeah, fair enough.
That's about
you were
it.
telling me a story about all your car troubles earlier this afternoon.
Oh,
And honestly, I thought about it while you were telling me all this. I'm like, fuck, if my car goes, I'm stuffed.
yeah.
I'm absolutely stuffed.
I don't think we realize how much we rely on a car.
Yeah.
Like I've said this, like my mum says it all the time. She goes, a car is the worst investment.
Oh, 100%.
But
It's the most necessary.
But it is the most necessary because they depreciate for one. They cost so fucking much to run, and but you need it. So
Yeah.
it's like so. Anyway, yeah. So I've been a bit
everywhere the last couple of days.
Yeah. So what do we do? What do you do?
What do you do?
You just move on.
That's it. Most recent rounds. Let's get stuck in.
Yeah. So my most recent round was yesterday, but most recent comp round was Sunday.
Okay.
And it was my first actual hit in about 2 weeks. Because
Right, okay.
came back from the Gold Coast. You know, I was crooked the week before, the week of that. So didn't play. Hit 50 balls at the range in 2 weeks, and then went out and tried to play 18 holes. So it was just a bit. It was just some cobwebs there. That's all it really was. I think I had it was maybe even one over or something like that.
Yep.
And there was still some sign there. There was still some light, but it was a bit. Didn't really have too much control and sort of just hacked it around. So
Yep.
yeah, just need to get back into it and grind. And you know, I've got 4 weeks to tidy up before New South Wales Associate Champs. So I've got 4 weeks of some back to the drawing board, and then good to go.
Very good, mate.
And you.
My most recent round was Saturday, but I also got out on Friday as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the grace period or the best part of the RDO schedule at the moment.
Yeah.
So Friday and then Monday, like a week later.
Oh.
So my last RDO was obviously Friday just gone.
Yeah.
My next one is Monday coming up.
Oh.
So when you're hearing this, it should make sense.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I actually got out with Raptor
Hey.
at Berg on Friday.
Yep.
Just him and I in a 2-ball. It was fucking awesome. We had a great time.
So cute.
Yeah, it was really
Just
cute.
so cute, little day.
It was awesome. I've played one round of golf before with Raptor, and that was
ya?
at Heritage.
Really?
And this was our.
yeah, you
I've
have to.
played a bunch of holes with him after work and stuff at Rosanna. But
It's good to play with, isn't he?
Yeah, he's a good lad.
Yeah.
Still owes me a game at PK, but we won't touch on that too
Bring
much
that
more.
up all the time.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up till I get mine.
I know.
He has assured me though it is coming, so
good.
I'm really
Good.
looking forward
Good.
to that. But no, look, honestly, I played a bit better on Friday than I did Saturday.
Good.
I had 33 points on Friday, 31 points on Saturday. So it's coming.
Yeah.
There are some really gaping holes in the game. Driver I've got back. It's back.
Good.
I'll say it with confidence. It's back. I've figured it out.
Hold on to the feelings.
Yep. The irons are just as good.
Yeah, good.
Short game is poo.
Cheeks, you actually saying that you literally texted me going, you're giving me a short game lesson.
100%.
I'm like, done. Let's spend an hour.
100%.
Let's go.
Let's do it.
We'll get some feelings
And
going.
putting is a bit meh, but the putting's always a bit meh. I feel like
your
when
putting improves the more you play. It's simple as that.
Correct. And honestly, the last 3-4 weeks I've been saying that I've just been thirsty for golf, like even more every week. And that's true. I am. But I'm also just like, I went onto, I was scrolling through my phone one night and I was just like, I had just got this rush of thought about golf. I was just sitting on the couch with the missus watching telly, scrolling through my phone, watching reels on Instagram and stuff. And I just went, I want to play golf. Right. And then I'm like, fuck it. When does daylight saving start?
You just went down.
6th of October, mint.
You just
put the
spiraled.
countdown on. And I'm just like, yep, we're going to go in.
just spiraled.
I can't wait for this summer.
Yeah, it's gonna be so
Last
good.
year we did nothing. It was a crap summer. The weather was crap. And
Yeah, we didn't get much.
I reckon I played maybe 6 times after work last summer. I'm honestly...
Do 2 days a week.
I'm thinking 6 times a week.
Do your Saturdays, cement your Saturdays, and do So you can't train yourself out of form. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do every opportunity you get, you go hit balls. Set yourself a schedule. It needs to be routine.
Yeah, and I'm thinking I'm in a bit of a schedule at the moment. Shout out to Short Game Mike. We're in a bit of a grind at the moment on the Thursday nights. So we're still trying to get to Heidelberg and hit a bucket of balls on the range, do some chipping and
Just
putting.
make that extra effort just to hit. Just make contact.
Yeah. So I think the schedule will stay.
Yeah.
But it'll just be 10, 12, 15 holes on a Thursday night, go play on a Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning.
Yep.
And I'm so keen for that.
Yep.
Because
team working on it.
Yeah, 100%.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Team working on it, and there's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work to be done.
Yeah.
Because the handicap keeps going up, mate. And it's starting to scare me because now it's gone up to 7.3 GA.
Oh, that's probably that's the highest you've been in ages.
A long time.
Yeah, a long time.
It's also level with Mitch, who I play with every week. He's probably hearing about this now in the episode, and it's probably just hit him. Oh, fuck. There it is.
So his motivator is, oh my God, I can catch him. Your motivator is, oh my God, I don't want him to catch me.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So,
but also, like, if you
do?
looked at me and you looked at Mitch in the last sort of 6 months, he's grinded.
Good.
He's put in so much work and he's come a long way, really focusing in on his short game. And it's one area of the game I've completely neglected.
Yeah.
I've been trying to fight back losing a swing, which I definitely did in the last sort of 3 or 4 months. And now I'm trying to re-find it or find it again. Sorry. And now I'm starting now to gloss onto the short game because that's the gaping hole of the weakness.
Well, I can half agree with that really because my last 2 rounds I've said it on many apps before. I've said it to you pretty much every time we talk about golf is whenever I have a wedge in my hand, I'm thinking green light, no matter really where I am. If I've got a wedge in my hand, I'm comfy. I can do something with it. I can, make a score essentially. There was a couple of times, like I even had a hit yesterday where I was over some, I'm not going to call them, it wasn't chalk and cheese, but pretty simple shots. In some cases, if the form's good, I'm not really going to miss-hit it. And there was a couple of shots I just fucking had no idea, really.
Yeah.
I just didn't really have the feel. I just didn't have the hands.
Yeah.
Because I'm just, that tiny bit of time, like, 2 weeks isn't really a long time, or 10 days isn't really that long of a time. But when I'm trying to keep my standard up of shooting low numbers, really is what I need to do to compete, essentially, nothing can go unworked on, essentially. Like I need to always be consistently, even if I'm not working on something, I at least need to keep everything up to date. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
No, I get you.
So even after that real low one the other week, I still went out the next day and just did a couple putting drills. Still felt it, still holding on to the feelings. It's not overtraining or anything, but yeah, I've flubbed a couple wedge shots.
Oh, really?
I had a couple shots that I hit the sort of low and sippy and stuff. I just completely flubbed it. Just went 4 feet in front of me. I'm like, I'm looking at it going, what the fuck?
Oh, well.
Like just didn't quite have the feel. And
the touch isn't there, and it's so hard.
Be.
It's so hard to catch up to.
Yeah.
Especially for golfers like myself who might not get out as often as you would. You sort of have that flub and go, right, I'll get that back by the end of the week. Like it'll be all right. Whereas I'm thinking, well, I need to go and put in a shift on Thursday, hope it works on Saturday, and then put another shift in on the following Thursday and go, I think I'm starting to get the hang of it now. Right? It's a bit more of a drawn out process just because we're not playing as much.
Yeah.
But for today, mate, I wanted to have just a bit of a chat and almost a bit of a catch up because, ladies and gents, if you have been listening to us for a long while, and I hope you have, and if you've joined us recently, I do urge you to go back. I'm not sure how long though, but it was maybe 8 weeks ago at most.
I couldn't tell you what number it was. It was a bit ago.
About 8 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I'd sort of come up with a bit of a thought process as to how I was going to try and approach
sort
golf.
of like a hierarchy, like a triangle of
like a pyramid of how I would try and break down my thought process and my mindset and mental attitude towards the sport.
And how each relates to its own category, essentially.
Correct.
It was 3 departments, essentially, you had.
3 areas. And honestly, we were chatting about it before and I genuinely forgot one of them, right? I couldn't think of what it was called because honestly, it's been in the back of my mind, but not really something I'm focusing on.
Yeah.
So we started off with mindset, which was how I would approach the round of golf in general from the beginning of the week, let's say. My mindset towards how I feel about going to play golf eventually, right? The attitude was more about how I feel in the moment, on the day, mid-round.
Bit of how motivated you are.
How motivated I am.
How excited you are.
it can be altered by external factors. So
course, yeah.
thin one through the green, all of a sudden the attitude stinks, for example. Right?
Yeah.
You get up in the morning and the shoes fit snug, and all of a sudden you're thinking, oh, we're on.
Yeah.
Right? That sort of stuff.
Yeah,
then
a fresh egg and bacon roll, fresh egg and bacon muffin at Macca's.
Yeah,
you get that
100%.
perfect hash brown. You're like, bang.
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah,
right?
we're on.
The coffee's nice and it's just, pure. There's a nice podcast to listen to on the drive in.
Yeah.
Everything's just Christmas, right?
Have you heard of the Gold Jack and Grey Jacket podcast?
Yeah, I have actually.
I've heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad actually.
Yeah.
I do listen to that occasionally. And the third thing was the feeling. And I didn't really have a way in the episode of explaining what the feeling was. It was just things that sort of got me giddy.
It's up to the individual.
It's up to the individual. Things that get you giddy about the finer details of the sport. So it's things like you go to the range and you nip the first 3 wedges that you hit and you go, oh,
Hang on to it.
Hang on. Well, like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like, I don't know, you drain the first 4 putts on the putting green.
Yeah.
Like middle of the cut, just throw the ball down, hit it, goes in.
Ooh.
Ooh. Got the pace figured out already.
Yeah.
Right, that sort of shit.
Yeah.
And I thought that maybe we could have a chat today about how it's been. Because, like I said, it's been on the back of my mind and I haven't really given it much attention and I'm not really focusing on it.
Yeah.
But there's definitely things I've learnt along the way.
Okay, here's my question with that.
Yep.
If you were doing a practice session or you would mid round, so I know for me personally, if I'm mid round and I don't hit my first 2 or 3 putts online, like it's just nowhere near it. Like I don't really have my stroke. Are you able to do a mid round correction in your head to understand what you've done wrong to then correct it?
Yes.
Or hitting 3 bad putts, you going, fuck, I'm having a bad day on putting.
No.
So does that just worry you?
No, it doesn't worry me so much. Putting's a weird one with me.
Whatever
I don't
it may be.
practice putting a lot, but I'm overly confident on the greens.
Or off the tee, you hit 2 push cuts and a snap hook in a row. Are you now going, right, I got to fix this quick mid round?
Yeah,
Or,
a little bit.
Or does that go every time you pick up driver now you're worried where the fuck's it going to go?
I think that sort of comes at the start where it's just like the 4th hole where you've just hit 2 push cuts and a snap hook. The 4th time you pull it out of the bag, there's a little bit of hesitation.
Okay,
of just like,
that was my question.
Am I doing the right thing here?
Yeah.
And then it's just like, nah, come on, let's go.
Do you have the awareness of knowing the correction to make mid round?
Not
Because
always.
that's the hardest thing.
Not always.
Okay.
I feel like I think in the last 3 years that I've played, there's been a number of times where I've made a change maybe on like 18 at Berg's a par 4 and you taking driver.
Yeah.
And I've made the correction there and gone, fuck, that was it.
That was it, yeah.
And
yeah.
it took me 18 holes to figure it out.
Yeah.
And sometimes it does. Like it just, I don't have, I'm not at that level to just go, that one felt here, that one felt there, it was a bit inside, it was a bit over the top, that one felt like I was jammy. Like I have that a little bit,
Yeah.
but not quick,
Bang,
not quickly, like straight away. I can do it sometimes like with irons as well. I can feel it a bit more with the irons.
yeah.
And I think that's because I'm making contact with the ground a bit more.
Okay. Yeah.
But with
sense.
driver, when you literally swing it at fresh air, hitting
yeah.
a ball,
ball gets in the way essentially.
ball gets in the way essentially. So I don't really have the feeling so much with driver.
Okay. That was you answered my question well then, because sometimes like with most it doesn't. They don't even have to be pros. With anyone that's done a lot of research on how the swing actually works and what causes what, like I find I can make mid round corrections or swing corrections because I know within my own swing what causes what.
Yeah.
So if I'm hitting little sort of toey draws and they're not coming out really good and they sort of come out a bit dead and drawy,
Yeah.
I know exactly what I need to do different. And even if I'm standing over the ball, it's like I might not have that swing thought, but the second I do it, I'm like, righto, next swing, you know what to do to make it not do that.
Yeah, and okay, that's a good thing you said there because I was going to say that I'm very results driven.
Okay.
And by results driven, I mean seeing the ball fly. If I see it push cut 3 times in a row,
Are you trying to draw it?
no, personally, I'm kind of like, oh, okay, like we're hitting push cuts today. Like, all right, fair enough.
Right.
But also, like, if the next one snap hooks, I'm going, well, I want to fix that.
Yeah.
I want to fix that first.
Okay, if you're hitting,
But it's also like, I want to try and make changes. I see the result of like a push cut or a snap hook, and then I'll go to the next shot and I won't really think about it that much. I'll just go, right, that one was a one-off. Let's just go back to basics. I might do a couple of practice swings, make solid contact, just put a good golf swing on it. I don't instantly think of well, you snap hooked it because you got too far inside and you got stuck and you flipped it.
Yeah.
I don't think about that.
Okay.
I don't have that feeling to go. I don't have the ability or the understanding. I have the understanding. I don't have the feeling of, well, no, that result comes from this, and this because you felt it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It was just like,
so you have the knowledge of what causes snap hook,
correct,
but you don't have the
I didn't feel it. I saw it first and I went, well, it's snap hooked, so you must have done this, and this.
Yeah, but to feel and change it, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, to feel and change it, I can do it.
Yeah.
Once I figure out what it is. But it's based off the result of the ball flight, not the feeling of the golf swing.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
But and like I said, like the
hardest thing to do is a mid-swing change.
Correct. It's
mid-round
swing changes. But like I said, it's been difficult to do that. And there's been times where literally I've just gone, you know what? I'm just here for a hit and giggle. And I've paid my comp fees and
just swing hard.
Big swing hard, see what happens. Right?
So here's my rebuttal. Not rebuttal, but here's where when you said that if you hit 2 push cuts in a row, so say down 1 and down 3 at Berg, you hit 2 push cuts. And it might not be straight blocks and then cuts like into the shit.
That might be marginal.
It might be just starts middle, starts right and just fades towards the right. Right? It might be something as simple as that. And if you think in your head, right, okay, we're hitting little pushy cuts today. Or it's like your alignment could be just a smidge out, or the club fade, or even your club path could be a degree or 2 different to what normally sort of happens. So you're like hitting push cuts. Do you have that trust in that feeling of the day to then aim further left to allow for that?
Yeah.
But then you said you hit snap hooks. That's an overcompensation.
No, but you put the scenario of me hitting snap hooks in that.
After the 2, right? Okay, that makes sense.
Put that into play.
That's the thing. I love seeing tour players. I love seeing the interview, and I do this all the time. I favor a draw.
Yep.
And you know that firsthand.
Yep.
My favorite shot, I want to see that ball start right and come back left.
Yep.
That's just how I play the shot, and that's how my swing moves.
Programmed.
Essentially. I can hit the cut, but it takes a bit more. I'll have to do more. I have to do more to cut it.
I'm the opposite.
Yeah. So yeah, correct. Yeah. But if I get up onto that range and it's starting on the line I want and it has that tiny tail right, if I hit the majority of the bucket like that and the swing feels good doing that and it's good contact, I stick with that. So I start aiming left of the flag.
Yeah.
Which is very, very unusual for me.
Yeah.
And I work with it, and you just have to somehow trust it. So all listeners, you just if you all of a sudden have a weird shape on the day that you're not used to, or it's just a tiny bit different. So if you hit draws and start drawing it more just on the range, just because it might be another degree or 2 inside or something like that, or the face is slightly more closed, work with it. Just don't try and fix it mid-round, because you're going to drive yourself crazy and you're going to forget how to score because that's all you're going to think about. Oh, I'm drawing it more, so I'm going to try and fix it, and all of a sudden you're hitting pulls. Or you start hitting blocks because the club face is open.
I back it.
You know
I
what I
back
mean?
it.
So that's my sort of 2 cents and advice of just trust what you see on the day, because a lot of tour players do that. A lot of tour players do it, and Rory does it heaps, where he favors a draw. But you'll see some rounds where he's hitting that little peely cut, just a tiny cut, because that's what he's swinging on the day.
No, 100%, and I back it, and I really rate it as well. I'm one to do the same sort of thing, and that's why having a pre-round warm up, just going and hitting a small bucket of balls, 35 balls on the range.
Oh, not even that.
Not even that,
Yeah.
but that's what we get in a small bucket of Berg. I very rarely go through them all.
Yeah, okay. I've noticed that. You hit 25.
Yeah, if that, right? I'll hit just enough to where I can go, okay, I can put a full swing on the first tee shot.
Yeah.
That's all I need to get to. I've started doing that, and I've done that for the last 3 years, and it's made such a big difference because I'm starting to realize, oh, okay, we're hitting push cuts today.
Yeah, okay.
On the range rather than on the first tee shot.
Yeah.
Right? What I have started doing, though, since drivers started to come back, after I finish, because at Heidelberg we've got a short range, which is the one I go to down the bottom, and it's kind of like 7-iron max. Can't hit more than 7-iron.
Yeah, because if you pull it left, it sort of
You're
plays with
hitting
road
into
and
someone.
house.
You're hitting it into the backyard and of someone, or onto Lower Plenty Road.
Yeah.
And the top range, which is full bag of clubs, what you want.
Okay.
It's a long way away, and at 7:30 in the morning, it's not really a walk I want to make. Or it's 7 o'clock in the morning, I don't want to make that
250 meters from the clubhouse sort of thing.
And
It's an annoying walk.
You're walking and you're hitting balls in the dark anyway, so what's the point?
Yeah, it's an annoying walk. I'll give it that.
But what I've started doing is I'll hit my bucket of balls with up to 7-iron or whatever it is. I'll grab 2 balls out of my bag, run behind me to the nets, and then I'll hit 3 or 4 drivers
Okay.
just to understand what that driver feels like.
Yeah.
And it's made such a difference.
Yeah.
Because now I've got a bit of confidence.
Okay, good.
Got a bit of confidence knowing that, okay, I know what a driver swing feels like rather than just pulling driver out on the first tee and going,
Wonder where this is going to go.
snap hook left and bullshit, game's over.
Yeah.
But going back to the
I
whole,
wanna go home.
yeah, correct. Going back to that whole mindset, attitude stuff, I'm going to be honest, it's sucked.
Yeah.
It sucked. Not so much the last 3-4 weeks, but the 6 or the 2 or 3 weeks before that, or after that, 4 weeks before that, sorry, it's been really shit.
Yeah.
There was a couple of weeks where the mindset was, well, it's Saturday. We go play golf on Saturdays.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
That's what you do.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No excitement. No, it's just kind of like, okay, this is what we do
just
now.
part of your routine.
This is what we do now.
Yeah.
And honestly, the break in that mindset was that 4-ball event that me and Mitch played in.
Yeah.
Because it was all of a sudden, I was like, oh, I'm playing with my mate.
It's a bit of fun.
We're playing in a comp together, like as a team.
Okay.
And it's a break. It's a little bit of a shake up, and I'm like, oh fuck, I want to go and do well for him.
For
too.
him. Yeah.
Right? And we played well the first
You gotta have
round.
that same. This backs on to exactly what I've said in previous
You've gotta
episodes.
be your best
You've got to
mate.
be your best friend.
Yeah.
So if you're going, oh, I want you to do so well today because you're my mate. You got to think the same well to yourself.
Yeah. And
That's that self positivity.
after you mentioned that in the episode a few weeks ago,
Yep.
I've started doing it a little bit
good,
more.
good.
And it's getting better. And that's why I'm so thirsty.
It doesn't go. That explains a lot. It doesn't
why I'm
go
s-
like that overnight. It's a build up. Yeah,
It's a build up. And that's why I'm so thirsty for more golf
Yeah.
at the moment. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'm telling you this now. I'm so glad my boss doesn't listen to this podcast because he likes his golf, but he's not that into it. I'm so tempted just to call in and go, I'm not coming for a week. Like, I'll see you in a week's time.
What's your boss's name?
James.
Hey, James. Quick one if you're listening. No, I'm kidding.
If you're listening, let me take a week off so I can go play golf, please. I don't care if it pisses rain for 7 days straight. I'll go play anyway.
James is joining Heritage.
I need a raise.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, 100%.
But no, I'm completely thirsty for it in the last 3 or 4 weeks. And honestly, that 4-ball event, like I said, changed it up completely. The attitude towards golf has always been positive. It's always like, oh yes, I'm excited to go play.
Yeah, go play.
But to do something with it.
Personal aspect of it.
Yeah. I've been more excited. When it was shit and the mindset sucked, I was more excited to go see the boys
Yeah, so it was a social thing.
than to go play golf.
Yeah.
Whereas
yeah.
when I'm happy about things and where golf is going at the moment, it's a balance of both. Like, yeah, I love seeing my mates there. I love them to bits. Like, they're my fucking 2 of my greatest mates.
Yeah.
And we play every week, and we have done for the last couple of years. And it's honestly been a staple in my mental health.
Yeah, good.
Like, it's been
Good.
awesome.
Good.
Right? But then also, there's been no attraction for me to go and play golf. It's just been, we're here now, and that's what we're doing. The boys are here. Great.
Yeah, it's routine.
It's routine.
Yeah.
But now in
Does
the last 3-4 weeks, I'm like, fuck,
Let's
yeah,
go. I don't give a
let's
shit
go.
who
Because
I-
I'm
I don't
starting
care who
to
I play
see,
with.
I'm starting to see some improvement, not only
Yeah.
in the conditions of the weather,
Yeah.
the game is starting to come.
Yeah.
Yes, there's still holes, and there always will be, but it's all starting to roll in the same direction,
Yeah.
and it's all starting to morph into something greater. The handicap's not representing that; it's going upwards. But that's just because I've copped. It's shit timing. Copped a few flags in a row.
Oh, that and,
And I'm also not playing
You're
well.
not playing.
Not playing well.
I'm. You know what? Since this is a bit of a reflection on that little pyramid scheme that you had going, it's so good to hear that from you because it never used to be like that.
Right. Okay.
You just call me going, oh fuck, I've fucking had enough of golf.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna not play until September, till the weather's good.
I remember those conversations.
It used to be so often.
Yeah.
It used to be like every week you're like, I don't even want to play Saturday.
And
And
a large
it's-
part of that is, honestly, I'm not lying. The expectations I had on myself
Yeah.
is too high.
Yeah, because
Way
you wanted
too
to do well every time. And now that you're smart enough now, you're a smarter player and you're a smarter person than you were in terms of golf. Like your golf IQ has really shot up a little bit, I've noticed. And to actually, it takes a lot for someone to admit that the reason why their handicap or their form is out of whack is to actually accept the fact that they're not playing. It's bad time of year. It's cold. You can be unmotivating when you roll out of bed at 7 a.m. and
Yep.
you see the windows are fogged up and it's pissing or it's windy as shit and you check the fucking temp and it's 4. It's
hard.
unmotivating.
It's hard.
It is. But to then go do it and go, well, I'm gonna go out because I love it and I might not play well, but
Who cares?
it's the time of year.
Who cares?
It's the time of year.
And-
Cop that on the chin.
And
That's
like
the
you
hardest
said,
thing to
I
do.
think it's a bit of that
so
golf
hard to do.
maturity we've spoken about as well.
Yeah.
being able to just realize that, hey, I can play to those lower numbers. And you've said it.
Yeah.
You what do you reckon, honestly, in the next 12 months, how low do you reckon I could go?
I reckon you
GA.
I reckon you could get, if you by my birthday,
Which is in Jan.
yeah. So start of Jan. If by my
Let's go by my birthday in March.
nah, fuck that. If you can, because what are you now? 7.3.
7.3.
Okay, it's higher than I thought. With all due respect,
Yeah, fair. It's
'Cause
higher than I
were
thought.
you were like high fours, weren't you?
No.
Low fives?
Low fives.
Low fives. You were
Low
five at one
fives,
side.
honestly, at the start of June. I look
Okay,
back. I look
so
back.
that's
so
understandable.
2
though.
months ago, I was off
for playing
low fives.
once a week in this sort of weather with swing thoughts and
Changes.
and we've had a fucking shit winter, right? And it happens to everyone. Everyone blows out, right? If you can get to 4.0 by my birthday,
That'd be elite.
back to 4.0 with this new mind, well, not new, but this well-developed mindset and a new sort of hunger for it.
And you take on the
And
thing.
like if you get out on Tuesdays and Thursdays, whether and do this Tuesdays holes, Tuesdays that is that sort of
Practice.
just a bit of practice session. Do hit 30 balls, just swing, just hit balls. Your other 70 to 80% of your practice needs to be inside 100 meters, 80 meters.
Okay.
It has to be because
Yeah.
that's your scoring shots. Because you're a good enough ball striker to hit 10 fairways. You're a good enough ball striker, and that's probably almost better than tour average, really. Like 9 to 10 fairways is about where you want to go because
Yeah.
you're bound to hit some offline. Even
Yeah.
if you smoke one and you hit it 2 meters into the rough, you still hit a great drive. It's just ended up in the rough, so it's a missed fairway. That's all I mean. But then your scoring shots. If your scoring shots are up, like you've hit one into the bushes, you've hacked one out to 40 meters out.
You got to get up and down.
Get up and down. That's your mindset. Instead of
when
going,
I was-
fuck's sake, I'm going to make bogey from here.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
that's the thought.
That's
That's the
when you're
thought. Because
playing
I'm getting
more.
to those positions and going, well, I'm going to put it on the green. I
Not
should
if
put
you-
it on
not
the
if you
green.
practice that. So that's why that like I've told my old man this a lot. I've changed his putting, changed it completely. The mindset towards it anyway. He used to think that you should hole everything inside 15 feet because that's what the pros do on TV. And no, hang on. The tour average from 8 foot is 49% for one. Or 7 foot is 49%. They hole half of their putts from 7 feet, and it looks like they hole everything from there. 10 feet is fucking like 31% or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe more. Maybe less. I think it's like 24%. So 1 in 4, the best players on the planet are holding 10-foot putt or 11-foot putt, something like that. Anyway, so my dad, he comes when it's better weather because it's really hard to finish work at 4 o'clock and then drive 45 minutes to a golf course and
Which is what
put in some time.
Which is what I'm trying to do.
Exactly. So when the daylight savings comes around, he really grinds. He's there probably 2 days a week and he's Saturday. And he's starting to play Saturday, Sunday more. So he's going to play more. But his putting routine used to just be, just put him down and hit him. I'm just trying to hole it.
Yeah, that's
Didn't ever
honestly
line
what
it up.
I'm doing at the
I
moment.
said, no, put some purpose into it. Hit 30, 40 3-footers. Just see him going in, smack, smack, smack. Just get that feeling of just seeing it go into the hole from 3 feet. Practice hitting 8 to 10 footers on line. Just hit a good putt. Doesn't have to go in. Just hit the stroke you wanted, end over end. Just see that. Right? And then go to 30, 40 feet and make sure your speed control is good enough to hit it inside that 3 foot. So when everything's good, you should never 3-putt.
Yeah, right.
That's how you think. And
That's
you
the
can
method
make
to the
mistakes.
madness, yeah.
Like you can make mistakes. Like I 3-putted twice yesterday. One of them from like 15 foot.
And that's the other thing. Yeah.
But get into that routine of hitting those 3-footers in on tour. They hold 99% of 3 feet and in, and then just get better at seeing. If you do get to 40 feet, your mindset is you don't have to hole it. If it goes in, fucking bang, you've stolen one. But hit it inside of that 3-foot circle. That's a big fucking circle. That's 40 feet away, but hit it inside that circle, and then already oh, mate, I hit 300 of these the other day. Smack straight in. You should never 3-putt.
Yeah, right.
Under that mentality. It's easier said than done, of course.
And
but
here's the thing, right? I played a lot of tennis as a kid. I was quite a good tennis player. I'm not blowing smoke.
what'd you play off? That fucked him. He's like, what? I'm kidding. I'm playing.
You're kind of there, but not really. No, I played
made me laugh.
pretty
That made me laugh.
competitive and high level junior tennis.
Yeah. So the hand eye's there.
Hand eyes there, and that's it's cool.
And you went up for a spot of tennis.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to put that in. Sorry.
But the reason why I was I was good at it is because I had someone there telling me what to do, how to do it, when to do it.
A bit of guidance.
A bit of guidance. I had a coach.
Yeah,
I was coached by it. And it was the same with footy and with soccer. The reason why I managed to get the job done in those sports, I wasn't a great player in either sport, footy or soccer, but you could rely on me to do a job.
Yeah.
It's because I had someone telling me, right, do this, and then this, and then this, and then this. And it was, okay, cool. Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, do it. Work on
I
it.
feel like going into golf this summer, especially, if I have a bit of a routine and a bit of a guideline as to what I need to do on what days, because you got to remember, I still got RDOs.
Facts.
And I'm going to go play on my RDOs.
Yeah.
We're going to do a lot of recordings on our RDO, my RDOs.
Yes.
In summer.
Yes.
We're also going to play a lot of holes after work during summer and do recordings then too.
True.
So I feel like
Challenges coming up.
correct. I feel like that whole dedicated practice day might not be as necessary. I think that's good now in winter. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. It is necessary, but I feel like I could get still like some sort of benefit out of just playing holes.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Absolutely.
And I did it. I've done it before.
Yeah.
Like I've just played holes for 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
And not practiced during summer and come down 3 or 4 shots each summer.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah.
But I feel like, and my motivation to just go, weather's prime, daylight savings, could be here till 9 o'clock if I really wanted to, but nah, I'm just going to go putt.
Yeah.
That's gonna really play with me, and I don't have that discipline.
I was just about to say
don't have that discipline.
That's where that discipline comes in.
I don't
And
have it.
We've spoken about this. Coming into summer, and if the form, especially if the form's good, you're like, oh, I've got so much time to keep playing well, and that's why you can practice yourself out of form. And I've done it before. I've done it plenty of times where I'm in good form. I've had 3 rounds in a row that I've just gone, oh, this game's easy.
Yeah.
Right. And then I practice for 3 days straight. And then this tiny little thing creeps in just because there might be a bit of wear and tear on the body or something like that, or some feeling for that day, like a fly could land on my wrist and I feel a little something through the ball. That's all it takes sometimes. And then for the next 3 rounds, I'm going, fuck, how did I break past so often?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something like that. Or I'm like, the ball striking just somehow, all it takes is one swing because I'm just like, all I'm doing is hitting balls, trying to shoot that low number. And so, yeah, like you said, that it's hard to, because you have this time of year where you're not playing. So you want to make up for it when it's better weather and more time.
Yeah.
Like, I get that. And like, go for your life. It's like, it's one or the other, really. Like, if you really want to put your head down and see how low you can go, that discipline's really going to have to take over. But if you're doing it for the sheer love of it, then play as much as you can. Play as much as you can.
The thing is as well, like during summer, just to give a bit of perspective, I was getting to the golf course some days at 6 o'clock at night. So I'd come home from work, leave work at 3:30, go to my mum's, have a coffee with mum, right? Get changed, nick off to the golf course, hit 10, 15 putts, and then go play 12 holes, teeing off at 6. Now I've changed it up completely. I don't even go to mum's anymore after golf, after work. I go straight to the golf course with a change of clothes in the car. I'm on the first tee box by 4:30. So if I've got that extra hour and a half and I can still get 12 holes in teeing off at 6, I could do both.
Yeah.
I could spend half an hour just putting or just chipping or both.
Yeah.
And then go play 12, 15 holes.
Yeah. But then there's that discipline of knowing when to stop.
Yeah, correct.
You know what I mean? So,
but that's what I mean. It might just be the one night a week that I do that.
Yeah. So to not flip it on its head, but to put it into to put the ball in my court. I've got, like I've mentioned before, I'm going to Chura Beach at this time next month. So 27th of August, we've got New South Wales Champs, which I can't wait for. Great event.
Yeah.
Right? And I've got a pretty open schedule next month. So this last couple months, the last probably 3 months, I've had a fair bit of work commitments for a casual worker, because people have gone away. You know, it's that time of year. People have a bit of time off. Blah blah blah. People are sick sometimes. You know,
Correct.
But next month, everyone's all hands on deck, really. So of course you're going to put your full timers on. That's just how it works. You know what I mean? So I've got some times where I've got 4 or 5 straight days where I'm gonna have to be. I'm gonna want to play every day, but I can't. I can't, because it's that discipline of, if I just play 5 straight comp rounds, I'm gonna have 3 days where I might have 3 good rounds in there and 2 where I'm like, oh, that bad habit's in there. Then all of a sudden my mind's scattered Am I actually playing well, or do I go work on the shit stuff?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I won't know what to do. So that's why
Start practicing bad habits.
That's why exactly. You're executing bad thoughts whether you know it or not.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll play myself out of form
Yeah, 100%.
because it has to go like that. Golf goes like that. So it's timing it right. So I've got these next 4 weeks where I'm still working a little bit, but I've got these next 4 weeks where I can set a schedule. And the good thing is it's going to set up for Asian Tour Q School as well, which
Yeah.
I'm really going to try and I'm going to give a go this year. I didn't give it a go last year. And just dip my
See what
toe in.
happens.
Dip my toe in. Just expose myself to those sort of events. I did it with Oz Tour Q School and I was gutted with the result with that, but it's not unmotivating to go and give it another go.
Correct.
Or give this one another go. But even still, if I, for example, say I have Monday to Thursday free, and I'll work like Friday, Saturday, or something like that. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or vice versa. Work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and have Thursday to Sunday off. Because I'm working on those Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday, I'll go. Thursday will be primarily short game because that's the first thing that goes. The feel sort of goes first. So I'll still go hit 20 balls on the range just to get that swing in and make that contact. And then everything inside 60 meters, 80 to 60 meters, I'll spend 3 hours on.
Yeah, right.
Just repetition. And that will be that short game. So that'll be on the Thursday. Then I'll try and play in the afternoon on the Friday because it gives me time in the morning to recalibrate really in the head. Saturday will be whatever went wrong on Friday. And then Sunday I'll sort of pick and choose.
Yeah,
I'll
okay.
sort of pick and choose. I might play in the morning maybe, or I'll just have a real cruisy day where do some putting drills, might touch the wedge if the hands still aren't there. Or, if I was hitting savage draws with irons or
Try and
something like
figure
that.
it
Or if I'm hitting blocks with driver or something like that, just massage that out, hit 20 balls, massage that out, cool. And then if I'm back to work on Monday or something like that. But then my next thing after that will be a round of golf.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
I've just massaged those little lumps out of the last round out.
Yeah,
And then,
okay.
And then
Yeah.
that discipline of that 5 days, not overloading. So like you said, in your case, if you have 4 or 5 days off, you're going to try and play 3, maybe 4 rounds in there
Yeah, see, and that's
to try and
I'm-
cram.
So this weekend, for example, so I've got next Monday RDO. So you're listening to this on the Friday, hopefully. The next Monday we have is an RDO for me.
Yeah.
Thursday night, I'm probably going to go and do a bit of practice with Michael.
Yeah.
Playing Saturday, playing Sunday, and I got Monday RDO, and that's when you and I have teed up that lesson
Yes.
in the afternoon.
Yeah, in the
That's
afternoon.
all I'm doing.
Yeah.
On the Monday.
See, that's good. Sunday, like Thursday.
I'm only playing Sunday because I've got a mate who wants to have a hit, and we're going to go have a hit.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get him onto Heidelberg. If that doesn't work, we'll go somewhere else.
So that's
But-
perfect. That's perfect. Like if you have for example, Thursday will be all right. Figure it out, get some swing in, make some contact. Saturday, go out, shoot the best score you can. If you don't, Sunday's a fixer. So
Yeah.
Sunday, better it.
Yeah.
Whereas Saturday, if you have a good one, if you have 35 points, Sunday, back it up. Make it happen, back it up. And then Monday is whatever tweaks and changes you need to make from the previous rounds.
Yeah.
And that's how you practice.
Yeah, cool.
That's practice.
Let's
And
just
then-
hope the body holds out.
And then, and for example, if you had the next week off, you wouldn't play Tuesday.
No, God,
You'd
no.
probably you wouldn't
I'd
touch
sit
it.
on the couch all day when
You
it's Tuesday.
might do some putting
Yeah.
on the Tuesday if you have a standard practice week or something like that.
I just wish I'd lived closer to the golf course I'm a member at. It's half an hour away.
Mm.
I can't find the motivation to just drive half an hour to golf on a day off and just
Yeah.
go, I'm just going to putt
So
today.
to sum up,
And I really should start busting that mat out and start putting on that.
yeah, just get strokes in. Don't worry about the result really. You don't need to worry about the result. It's just if you can understand that good contact of the golf club, you're good enough to be able to guide it to where it goes. Or not guide it, but
Get it to where it needs to
get it
go.
to where it needs to go. But to sum up that,
Yeah.
to really just sum up that, we'll move on to some
questions in a minute.
Some questions in a sec. But for all those listeners, especially the ones that really want to improve and might have your schedule, essentially, your what do you
9 to
work-
5, 7 to
yeah,
3,
your
whatever it is.
whatever it might be, your 6 to 2 or something like that. If you don't have that time during this part of the year, or even moving into daylight savings or something like that better weather, you can't be too excited to just play round after round after round without trying to
Improve.
You got to have that discipline of practice needs to happen, and don't overload it. It's hard not to because especially in the better weather, like I said, you want to do more. But if you're striving to improve, you got to have that discipline of balancing that training and and that practice.
Yeah.
That's you just got to find that balance, and once you do, you'll fly, because then the results will come without you even noticing.
I'm excited. There's
good.
a long summer ahead, and I'm keen to get a lot better
I
at
hope
this
it's
game.
a long summer.
Yeah, I'm just keen to get a lot better at this game.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too.
Now, questions from the second cut.
Yeah.
I'm going to go first.
Oh,
I'm taking the reins.
you warned me about this.
I literally just thought of it about, I don't know, an hour and a
earlier
half,
today.
hour and a half
Earlier
ago.
today. Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to list 3 things, right? Now you can choose for
I've gotta
each
listen
one of them.
carefully here.
For
Yeah.
each one of them, you have to allocate whether you use them as you normally would now, or half as much as you do now, or never use them again. So it's almost like a, kiss, marry, kill type thing,
Oh, okay.
right?
Oh, right. Okay, so I can't choose
You
the
can't.
same thing for each. For
No.
one. Okay, I can't choose.
So
the
I'm
same
going to
thing.
list. I'm going to give you 3 things.
Yeah.
And you've got to choose if you want to use it as much as you do now,
Yeah.
half as much,
Yeah, or never.
or never again. And you've got to allocate
wow.
one of each to these.
Okay.
So your options are tees,
Tease.
gloves, and rangefinder.
Ooh.
So you can only each one of those, right? You can use as much. For one of those, you can use as much as you do now.
Okay.
For another one, you can only use it half as much as you do now. Right? And the third one, you cannot use it ever again.
Got it. I've got mine.
Yeah?
I've got mine. It's
I think I know where you'd go with this.
yeah. So I would use the glove as much as I use now.
Yep.
I would use tees half as much.
Yep.
Because 3 wood and 2 irons mint.
Yep.
And I would never use a rangefinder again.
I knew exactly that's how you would go with this.
Can I use a yardage book?
Yeah, sure.
Because I'm not using a rangefinder.
Actually, no.
fuck. But okay. That's that. I'm happy.
Because that defeats the purpose.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, that's how I'd go. Purely because the glove. Look, my hands my hands will get clammy.
My hands are mangled.
Yeah, my hands are fucked. But not the point. It's the reason that's because it's such a part of a routine. It's such a part of the routine. Like gloves off, end of shot, or something like that, or gloves on, lock in.
Yeah.
It's part of a routine, and it's a comfort thing as well.
Yeah.
That's a comfort thing. So and then tees. If I can hit seven tee shots or 9 tee shots with tee and 9 without, I can navigate throughout
Yeah.
my round when I use them or when I don't.
Yeah.
So and then rangefinder, I feel like my depth perception is really good. I feel like I can pick the number pretty good, and I can use a sprinkler head to my advantage, or little markers on the course, or little. And I reckon I would be able to figure it out within the 5 meters throughout most shots.
That's funny because, like I said, I played with Raptor on Friday, and we were chatting about you for a little bit.
Yeah.
And we were talking about Q school and how it was all whatever.
Yeah.
And then Raptor actually made that comment, and he goes, "I was really surprised when I caddied for him at Q school.
Yeah.
I would zap yardages or whatever on the rangefinder, and you would have it on more occasions than not within a meter
Yeah.
of what he zapped."
Yeah.
So he zaps a flag at 149, and you've gone, yeah, it's 148.
Yeah, when I tell you, like, I'm not blowing steam up my ass. I love reading yardage books, and I feel like I've really got it down, and I do because during Q school I didn't use my rangefinder.
Yeah, right.
My first 2 days, I actually I left one of mine in my travel bag.
There you go.
I left it in my bag, so I didn't have it for one.
Yeah.
But 2, I wanted that full experience of playing that tour level golf. And yeah, like first round didn't go to plan, but
Oh well,
next couple were really good.
you got to do it, man.
But yeah, he did actually comment that one time to me. He goes, "Fuck, you're getting
Getting pretty close.
He goes, "We don't need this."
Yeah.
And because I used that, it wasn't a guess. It was a guesstimate. It was a calculated,
educated
maths,
guess.
But it really helped with club selection and shot choice because
Yeah.
I'm like, this is where I sort of need to land. I need to land at 5 shorter. The slope's going to do. Anyway, slope's going to do that. And I love the yardage book. So that's probably why I would choose a rangefinder.
It's a genuine problem solving experience for you.
A rangefinder puts a blanket on external aspects, external factors of a golf shot,
Yeah.
and it sometimes can blind you from what shot you actually need to hit.
And I've explained before how I use my rangefinder and how anyone really should. And
Well, you
in
explained how you
previous-
use it now.
Yeah, how I use it now and how I used to use it. It was literally just 150, cool, what goes that far, hit it.
Yeah.
But it was also like
Now there's factors.
Now there's factors.
Yeah.
How,
That's exactly what a yardage book does.
what's the cover number? Where do I want to pitch it?
Yeah.
What's the wind doing? Is it warm? Is it cold?
Yeah.
Do I want to hit a punch? Do I want to hit it fly to?
Yeah. What
shot
am I going to hit?
What's
with
the
all
lie
these,
doing?
What shot am I going to hit with all these external factors that are going to go that number?
Yeah.
Zap everything that you're going to have cover numbers, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, great question. I like it.
Cool.
I like it. Right.
Here we go.
Yep. Shouts out my moms. Right? She texted me. So she listens to our podcast religiously.
Your mum?
Yep.
My mum does too. Shout out the mums.
She goes on walks with the dogs, and she sends me messages or calls me and quotes some shit that me or you have said in the podcast
That's
as if we had no idea about it.
That's
I'm
me.
like, Shazza, I was there.
Everyone's a celebrity to
You
their
know,
mum.
Facts. Right. Anyway, actually, to go off topic slightly, she sent me a message earlier today at 5:20 p.m. today. I couldn't smell the shit you had this morning with laughing faces because of the comment you said about me last week. She said, and I called her. I'm like, what? And she goes, that was possibly the funniest thing I've ever heard. It was just, she goes, it was comedic. She goes, it was comedic gold. It was comedy gold. And I'm like, oh, what? I'm like, oh, mint.
Fair enough. That's
Right?
mint.
Anyway, shout out to mum for texting me this question. All right, say you're playing a huge important tournament, for example, or you're playing club championships or something like that.
Yeah, sweet. I'm in there. I'm there.
What would potentially, or who would potentially put you off more, or who would you feel the most pressure or intense, or who would you feel most tense to perform in front of?
Okay.
A crowd of 200 random people watching you, just
Yeah.
randoms.
Yeah.
Don't know who they are,
Yeah.
but 200 of them around, or 20 of your closest family and friends watching you.
Nah, 20 of my closest family and
You'd
hang on.
Who would you feel more pressure? Who would put you off more to perform?
Oh God.
It's a good one. isn't it?
Probably the crowd at 200.
Would put you off more?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Why is that?
sledge factor.
No. So they're all respectful. It's a tournament environment.
Oh, okay.
They're not yelling shit out. It's as simple as you playing.
It's just the factor of it's either
the factor of the number of
200 or
people.
20.
The people that don't know who you are,
Mm.
but are just watching some golf. You're coming up that 18th green and you need to produce in front of
Nah,
them. Essentially.
okay.
Or,
In that instance, then it'd be
you have me, you have your mum, you have Ali, you have sisters, you have
Yeah.
parents, you have eight of your closest mates that have known you forever or
Mm.
seen how you perform, or them watching you, staring in your back of the head. Because there's pros and cons to both, I feel.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
There are
That's a
pros
good
and
one,
cons.
isn't
I kind of
Mum's going to love that you don't really have an answer straight away for this.
I don't know. I've kind of always. This is going to sound stupid. I've always wanted to have mates and family come and watch me play clubby.
Yeah.
It's the one tournament of the year
of course.
I love more than anything
Especially
else.
if you win it too.
Especially if I'm in the mix.
Yeah.
Even if I'm not. Like I tell my partner Ali to come and watch me every year.
Yeah.
Just come for 4 holes.
Yeah, come for a
Just
gag.
see what it's all about. This is the best tournament of the year.
Yeah.
Great conditions.
Yeah.
I'd probably would rather play in front of 20 closest friends and family.
Okay, so
because
to
I could-
answer the question, to answer the exact wording of the question,
to answer the wording of the
200 will put you off more.
correct.
Okay. You'd feel more pressurized by the 200 randos.
If you gave me 200 random members at Heidelberg watching me play clubbies at Heidelberg, I'd be more and more intimidated than if I had my family or 20 of my closest friends and family. 100%.
Why is that?
I think that I would be able to sort of explain to my friends and family what the tournament is and
what's
going on and
Yeah.
how it feels and how I feel about it and what it means to me and all that kind of stuff. Whereas 200 random people who just know golf and understand what is going on, I kind of get the sense that they might sort of speak to people in the crowd and go, "Oh, he's having a bit of a stinky here."
Or vice versa. Yeah.
Or vice versa. I don't think I'd get that out of my friends and family.
Yeah. Okay.
My
well
mates would ring me the day after and go, "Oh, you stunk yesterday. You
Yeah.
suck."
Yeah, but they're going to be a bit more.
They'll give it the time of day.
empathetic
They'll give it the time of
sympathetic
day.
throughout that day. Like
half
if you,
my family, half my closest friends and family wouldn't know that I'm stinking it up.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
And that's again the pessimistic side of it,
of course,
coming out,
yeah.
and that's where
you're instantly going to I'm stinking it up. That's why I'm
correct.
feeling pressure. Yeah,
correct.
Yeah.
That's what feeling pressure is when
Yeah.
you stink it up. Not,
Yeah.
you know, I think you could give me a crowd of 10,000
Yeah.
if I've got a 3-foot putt or
See,
a
I feel-
2-foot putt for, to make par on the last. Yeah, I could give me 10,000 people, and I reckon I could probably sink it. I don't think it'll get to me that much.
Yeah.
Do you Do you know what I mean? I feel like I've got that ability just to zone in because I've been in those pressure situations before in my tennis career as a kid.
Yeah.
I've played in front of scouts for schools overseas and stuff where I've had to perform, and that shat me. Like that was really scary, and that intimidated me a lot. Yeah. But golf is golf in front of my friends and family. Yeah, all day. Yeah. All day.
There you go.
Well, I'd say you'd be the opposite. I think your friends and family probably intimidate you a bit more because you've played in front of crowds, maybe not quite that big, but
I haven't played in front of thousands of people. No,
I
haven't played of like
but a couple hundred.
There's been events. Like I played one of my first nationals events. They promoted it really well to the golf club, so I played her up at Bridge River. They promoted it really well to the golf club, and we had fucking heaps of people walking around. We had half the membership base of that's what it felt like walking around, following, trying to find that good golf, and like there was a couple of good stuff that I had in there, but yeah, it was. I'm not gonna. I don't know how to answer the question. I don't know how to answer the question, but I must say that one of the biggest pressure situations I felt like I've ever been in. That I don't know how I blocked it out. I don't really remember it.
Right.
Like it's a blur.
Okay.
I don't remember hitting the shot or being in the moment. I remember watching the video and going, "Oh, really? Did I actually do that?"
Yeah. Okay.
So it was a Colts final. It was at Riversdale. I reckon I was 14 maybe, 15, something like that. And I was the last group out there. So it was 3-3. It was 3-3.
Right. Okay.
Right, so it was 2-2. That's because there's 5 players in the Colts. And we're at Riversdale, and I didn't know. We had 2 in, 2 lost. So it came down to me.
Right.
Really? So, and I didn't know that. They weren't going to tell me because I probably would have shut the bed, right? Apparently my playing partner knew, but I didn't know that until after, right? Anyway, and we're going down to 18. I was 1 up. And I'm like, beautiful, I can get the match in. I can go see how the rest of them are doing. Hopefully my match is enough, right? That's how I thought, right? So I think I hit 4 off the tee, hit it on, hits driver up the right, hits it over the green, chips in.
Okay.
For birdie, right? I'm like, fuck, right? And I'm standing over this putt, and as I sort of lift up to go look at my dad to go, what do you reckon of the putt? I could see out of the peripheral that I couldn't really see the clubhouse or the surrounding area. It was just fucking people fucking everywhere. Yeah, right. And I know from then on, I'm like, there's a couple hundred people here.
Yeah, right.
Right, looking there. And there was people that didn't have anything to do with our match. There was external teams
right,
and stuff and members and
just
stuff.
Watching.
Just coming out for a watch and going, okay, this is the last match of a final. Let's go take a peek.
Yeah.
So there's just hundreds around this fucking green. I'm like, oh my God. Right. Anyway, my birdie putt sits on the lip behind it. Right. And we've just gone, oh no. Anyway, playoff. So we go to the first. Have you played Riversdale?
No. First
hole Riversdale is about a 200-meter par 3. Right, it's a pretty tough hole to start on. And I'm 14, so I think I hit 3 wood.
Yeah,
14 or 15. I hit 3 wood. But it was because he won the 18th. He tried to hit 3-iron, tries to hit this massive 3-iron, and snipe hooks it left, flub hooks it down the bottom of the hill, like short left. So I'm thinking, fuck, if I can somehow make par here, and like I said, what felt like a couple hundred people on the video, there was probably 80 to 110 sort of people around, but it felt like there was everyone, the population of Australia. That's what it felt like. Anyway, hit this 3-wood to 12 foot, right? And I'm just like, oh my God. And you hear the clapping of all the people like cheering, like all my mates and all the team and all the members around us. And obviously half of them were people I had no idea who they were. And end up walking up. He made 4, I 2-putt for 3 and win it. And then then we got told, oh, by the way, that was the last match to get over the line. But in that pressure situation, like I felt more pressure with people that I knew watching.
Yeah, okay.
Especially if it meant something.
Yeah, okay.
Like especially with the meaning of it. Like I feel like I can perform better with people that don't have any expectation of me.
Yeah.
So, that's probably answers that question then.
Really. Yeah, there you go.
But I've never felt pressure like that.
What a ripper of a question.
Yeah.
Shout out the mums.
Yeah, shout out the Shazza.
So good.
Yeah.
Very, very good.
Yeah. So that was that little backstory of that.
Yeah, nice.
Situation.
I rate it.
Yeah.
I rate it.
Yeah. So
very good.
We could probably tidy up there.
I think that's a great spot to leave it, mate.
Yeah.
We've done really well there. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching, tuning in, listening. Be sure to keep an eye on all our socials in the coming days and weeks. Keep an eye out as well for the bonus episode for the Open that should have gone out earlier this week. If you haven't listened to it already, be sure to go back and check it out.
Yeah, go check it out.
yeah, like I said, keep an eye on our socials. Please like and subscribe if you can on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Tell all your friends. Check out Halfcaf Golf. And yeah, we will see you very, very soon. Get 'em well. Cheers.